Thank you for that report. All right, now, sadly, this is far from an isolated incident. ICE arrested a career criminal illegal after being released from Massachusetts custody and in New York. The captain in the fatal harbor boat tragedy, also revealed to be an illegal immigrant. And don't forget, in good old Minnesota, there's Tim Walz, who wants to put feminine hygiene products in grammar school boys' bathrooms, pardoned a convicted child sex offender. What was he convicted of? Repeatedly sexually abusing a 10-year-old girl. We are seeing example after example after example of illegals committing these heinous crimes all over the country. But if you listen to Democrats, you might think it's the men and women of ICE, that they're the bad guys that are out there arresting these bad people and putting their lives on the line. Take a look.
ICE is totally out of control, and this week I intend to introduce a bill to abolish ICE. We need to make ICE go away.
You know, I am in support of abolishing ICE.
The only logical path is to abolish ICE.
What's your vision for abolishing ICE?
Yeah, I mean, it's just that. We abolish ICE.
Solidarity is the force that we need to vanquish Trump's fascism. To abolish ICE.
Do you want to abolish ICE?
Absolutely.
And when I say we stand with workers, that includes our friends and neighbors who prepare our food, build our homes, and care for our children. That is why we must abolish ICE.
Here with reaction, DHS Secretary Markwayne Mullin. The president does not get enough credit. Are there illegals, unvetted, still coming into this country, sir?
Absolutely not. Underneath President Trump's leadership, we're almost at 16 months with zero illegals released into this country. And by the way, these same authorities that the president has used to secure our border, President Biden could have done the same thing, but he chose not to. And so every single death, so when you said a while ago that the blood is on their hands, you're absolutely correct, Sean, because every single death that has occurred by an illegal that was released into this country underneath the Biden administration, every one of those is 100% preventable. And the Biden administration turned a blind eye, and thank God the American people put President Trump back in office. He used his authority, and he secured our border, the most secure it's ever been in history.
But they also lied to us. Biden lied, Harris lied, Mayorkas lied. Border closed, border secure. So yeah. Correct me if these numbers are right or wrong. 12+ million, thereabout, unvetted illegals from over 200 countries, not including gotaways, among them known terrorists, among them murderers, rapists, child molesters, cartel members, gang members, other violent criminals. Pretty accurate?
Absolutely, 100% accurate. I was in Brownsville, Texas, on the border just a few days ago, and they said they were that they released 100% of the individuals that came across the border illegally. They released 100% into the United States with zero vetting. Literally just wrote down their names and let them in. Every single day we arrest the worst of the worst that was brought into this country or let into this country with the Biden administration. As I speak to you right now, we have over 43,000 detainers that are in the sanctuary states, 10 sanctuary states, that are the worst of the worst. Now, there's literally thousands more that should be deported right now, but these are the ones that are rapists, they're murderers, they're child molesters, they're gangbangers, they're drug traffickers. And we, in the sanctuary states, these 10 sanctuary states, will not honor one of them. That's 43,000 child rapists, murderers, and drug traffickers and gangbangers that these sanctuary cities are going to release back onto the streets at every single day because they won't honor these detainers, allow ICE to pick them up and get them out of this country.
And that horrible Donald Trump, that terrible president that actually Sean, secured the border and stopped this insanity.
And here's something that we don't talk enough about. Underneath the Biden administration, they lost 450,000 kids. Since President Trump has been put into office, we have recovered over 150,000. Just last month, over the last 30 days, actually, we've recovered 29,000 I'm sorry, 2,944 kids, because President Trump allowed me to put together a task force, and we're focusing heavy on these cities and states that refuse to work with us.
Well, that ought to be called aiding and abetting in law breaking, like Gavin
That's
bragging
right.
about giving benefits to illegals. Secretary Mullin, thank you.
Be sure to like and subscribe for all the Fox News latest on YouTube, and catch full shows streaming now on Fox One.